This is Rap the News, and I hope today this helps you to flee or not to flee Babylon. The title is Go You Out of the Midst of Her. Job 28:28. And unto man he said, Behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. So having a regard for God's commandments, statutes, and decrees, that is the beginning of wisdom, so that you don't go to hell. And to depart from evil is understanding. So the more you are around corruptive people, you are going to be influenced and corrupted. The more you keep listening to corrupted music and looking at corrupted things, the more you are going to be corrupted. So to depart from evil is understanding has two meanings. One is the evil of self. Depart from your fornication, depart from your drinking, depart from your drug using, depart from homosexuality, depart from anything that's evil within yourself. And then it is the evil without yourself. So if you can see evil and that is affecting you and your people, move away from it, depart away from it. We move to certain neighborhoods and we would love to move to better neighborhoods, depart from evil. So we do understand this. And so that will be called fleeing, not as in you're running it because you're scared, but it's just you're leaving because you're smart. And so my individual case and all of our cases are different. You know, if you're around in the city, all Hebrew Israelites and stuff like that, and believers, I would just stay because you're around family and friends and protectors, you know, besides God. But where I lived at, there was shootouts every single day. I have a big family. I have a lot of kids, you know, and I'm the protector of my family. I do not want my kids shot, you know. There was prostitution on the corners, murder, drug dealing right there. The neighbors playing the music up loud. Here I am trying to teach them scripture, and the songs are playing in the background. Lick my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack. You think they can concentrate with that? They couldn't concentrate. A bunch of homosexuals moved in right across the street from us. I'm talking about we lived in a court, and they were just walking space away from us, and they doing homosexual things right there in the open. You got the Mexicans playing the Mexican music, you know, sky high. And they play that music sky high to drive you out anyway because they don't want you there. They want to annoy you. And so these are the things that we're dealing with. Not only that, you got the corrupt cops. You got the different gang members, the Mexicans, the Cambodians, the Vietnamese, and the blacks all against each other. You know, and then every other house is fatherless houses. A bunch of these young women who didn't have babies and they ain't got no daddies in there, and they all out of hand. You know, they dating, fornicating. My kids can't learn nothing in an environment like that. So to depart from evil, then you understand that you just got to get away from them. God separated and cast out them before from us so that they don't influence us. Unfortunately, we was kind of like thrown in the mixing pot, and we have to use wisdom ourselves. Proverbs 14:16. A wise man feareth and depart from evil. Two departures. Stop yourself from evil and get away from evil. Proverbs 16:17. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. Keeping is your way. That means you stand in the spirit. And you stand in the scriptures. You stand upright. Then you preserve your soul. It's hard to stay upright when, like, the neighbors is propositioning you every day. You, your children, and your wife, you get propositioned by everybody. Your wife and kids can't even go outside and relax because it's so tense, you know, and that's the environment that I came from. So maybe you can understand, or maybe you're just a hard head and a hard ass and you don't get it, you know, because you have to be right. And, you know, and I'm saying this, just like I said, if you're living in some kind of upscale community and your neighbors got your back, and y'all believers, and y'all got some agreement, stay. There's nothing to flee there. But if you're living in kind of like the war zone like I was living in, it's smart to get out, because eventually something is going to happen. Okay, Zechariah 2:7, deliver yourself. And it's different from him saying he coming down to deliver. We know the Most High is coming down to deliver a remnant, a handful of people. But he's going to deliver you from where you are. But it's deliver yourself from evil. Deliver yourself from them. And those are the Gentiles, the sociopaths. It ain't all Gentiles. It's the ones who do not deal with the Most High God. O Zion, that delivereth with the daughter of Babylon. Deliver yourselves. So it ain't that the book is contradicting. You have to use wisdom with it. Isaiah 52:11. Depart you, go out from thence. Go out from where? Babylon. Go out from the midst of that evil. Touch no unclean thing. Leviticus will tell you that the Gentiles are unclean, and you cannot touch the Gentile according to the scriptures. It's not according to Rap the News or how I feel, or I'm trying to be racist some type of way. I'm just going by the scripture 100%. Either you accept these as scriptures or you reject them, I'm not here to make people believe. Go you out of the midst of her. Be you clean, that bear the vessel of the Lord. If you had a spirit of God on you, get out from among them, because you see the evil. And just like my kids, they said, okay, we appreciate getting out from there, because it was hard for us to be straight in such an environment, and they forcing them to go to school. And even if they don't go to school, which we homeschooled them after a while, they require you to go to some kind of class and do other things. They want you with them, because they already know they're going to corrupt your children. Isaiah 40:3, the voice of him that crieth in the wilderness, prepare you the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Right? And so this is what I did right here. I prepared a way for the Lord in the desert. It may not be for everybody, but it doesn't mean that because I did it, it was wrong. Jeremiah 51:6, flee out of the midst of Babylon. Deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. That means, they doing everything under the sun, and they listening to everything under the sun. Don't get caught up in that. The only way to not get caught up in that is to get out from that. Every time we've been around them, they corrupted us some type of way as a people. For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense. So the vengeance hasn't happened yet. It's just the time. And so the other one says, come out and don't share in her plagues. So when you see that God is getting ready to destroy this people, it's time to leave. It's time to move away. It's time to not be close to them. Right? Just this is my understanding of it. When you see that time. Isaiah 48:20, go you forth of Babylon, flee you the Chaldeans. And that's these people. It don't matter what their old school name is. We know it's Gentiles. With the voice of singing declare ye, tell this, utter it even to the end of the earth. Say ye, the Lord hath redeemed his servant Jacob. And so we could be redeemed right now. We do not know when God has overturned our captivity. It could already be overturned. Isaiah 45:20, assemble yourselves and come, draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. You escaped from the nations. So just like there's going to be some people who's going to sit there and you're going to wait on the Lord. And I'm going to sit here and wait on the Lord in the wilderness. But we both are not divided. We are both waiting on the Lord. I just choose not to be around all that evil. I choose not to be around the police. I choose not to be in the city, because if something go down and you trapped in that city, then basically those people are going to be rapists, savages, and if you look at all these places that then collapsed, then people are resorting to eating each other and murder. Murder is the word of the day there. And they're going to take what you have, rape you, and set your house on fire. The further you're away from that mind frame, you who have understanding, the better. They have no knowledge to set up wood of their graven images and pray unto a God that cannot save. These people who believe in Jesus. Zechariah 2:7 again. Oh, Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers in her sins, and that you receive not her plagues. So to me, when you see coronavirus and all the rest of these plagues, that's happening in Babylon, you need to get out. That's the sign to me for certain people. God is going to deliver his people whether you stay or whether you go to another place. God's going to deliver you. He didn't say, well, if you go into the wilderness, I'm not delivering you. You failed. You know what I mean? When it's saying deliver yourselves in Zechariah 2:7, O Zion that dwell with the daughter of Babylon. So I'm not saying anybody's right and I'm not saying anybody's wrong. All I'm saying is that, it's our level of understanding, and then some people have a level of understanding, and I'm not saying my level is greater or yours is lesser. I'm just saying we each have a level of understanding, and it's also the cards that you dealt with. If you living in a high murder volume territory, it's just common sense to get out of there. If you're living in Gayville, it's common sense to get out of there. If you're living in Slutsville, it's common sense, especially if you got a house full of kids like me. I had to get out of there, y'all. This is Rap the News.